right. Let me take here and share my screen. Yeah, it just really, guys, it comes down to being a business owner, doesn't it? Like to be that entrepreneur and learning these new things. And that learning curve never ends, right? So I have to learn new things every day to grow my business. I'm getting out of my comfort zone as, we go north of 100 employees and we start to get into more complicated service delivery that we're doing. And you just, so everybody, we're always looking at a horizon of a path that we have to grow to. And I think part of what you have to get comfortable with is being uncomfortable, right? And once you get there, you gain confidence in yourself, in your abilities, and so forth. But I also, again, shameless plug, but I think that's why these kind of programs are so important, because you can be around people like Jeff Farr, Will Nobles, Mike Bazar, the other client coaches we have, the other members that we have in our program, and they can say, hey, you know what? I was where you were. I was charging that. I was thinking that. I was doing the same things you were. Here's what I learned. And you can lean on them to get to that next level yourself. So, Will, you can see my screen? Yes, just thumbs up. Okay. All right, perfect. All right. So we're on page 30, and we're going to talk about marketing systems. And this is a really, really big thing, because most people, again, when you talk to small business owners, they are in the business of random acts. So they think marketing is this episodic burst of creativity they have every once in a while. Like, what's the next campaign we're going to do? What's the next campaign we're going to do? Okay, we did that one. What's the next campaign we're going to do, right? That is the wrong way to think about it. You want to build marketing oil wells, marketing systems, all right? And if you want to grow your business, just like your service department cannot be made up of random acts, your marketing can't be either. Like we have 6 SDRs now, 7 SDRs. These are people that book appointments and so forth. They aren't all sitting there figuring out how to make phone calls. We have a way to follow up with a lead, to make a call, to book an appointment. There's not 20 best ways to do it. There's one best way. There's a system to it. There's a process to it. That's why we very rarely have an SDR come in and completely fail. Now, we get some that come in and they don't work out as well. I mean, everybody does, but we don't have anybody that flatlines, because even a mediocre person plugged into a good system can pay for themselves. And a mistake that business owners make is they build a business that is dependent on highly skilled people. Now, you do want to have highly skilled A players, but you're not going to be able to scale a business on that, because there's not enough of them out there and they cost too much. What you want to build is a system that a good person can be plugged into and get phenomenal or even acceptable results. And that's what marketing systems are. But it goes beyond just marketing, because the absence of systems is a major contributing factor to chaos, uncertainty, failures in business, wildly erratic results, and therefore roller coaster income for both salespeople and entrepreneurs, right? Is when every time you go to make the recipe, you change the recipe, you're going to get wildly erratic results. I mean, it's kind of obvious, right? So what we teach and what we give you are marketing systems, not these episodic creativity fueled ideas, right? I don't want to be creative. Like if I get an opportunity to be in front of a big prospect that could give me a lot of money, the last thing I want to be doing is practicing. The last thing I want to be doing is winging it or innovating. I want to have a process for that, right? If I get the opportunity to speak in front of a large group of prospects, the last thing I want to be doing is inventing that right before I go on stage. I want to have a practiced, proven presentation, sales presentation, from stage presentation, whatever that I can fall back on, because they say, what is it, that you rise to the level of your, what is the saying? Shoot, you guys are gonna have to, you rise to the level of the opportunity or the occasion. No, you fall to the lowest level of skills that you have, is what happens when you get in these opportunities. So you got to have systems. And most MSPs, their marketing system is what I call vulture marketing. And vulture marketing is you wait for basically something to die in front of you. And like someone has a desperate need, and then you go jump on the carcass with all the other vultures to henpeck the shit out of it, right? That is not a good marketing plan. And you don't want to wait for dinner to show up. And this is why most MSPs don't grow. We did a poll of about 1,700 MSPs, and we said, on average, how many new sales appointments, not clients, do you go on per month, right? And look at this, 75% are going on less than 2 appointments per month with a good prospect. This is why you're not growing. This is why you get stuck with toxic clients, because you can't fire them because you don't have any pipeline coming in, right? And here's why it's a bigger problem than even that. One of the problems is you don't develop good sales skills. When you're only going on 1 appointment every quarter, every 3 months, you don't get a lot of practice in selling. And that leads to a low close rate, which means you end up selling on price because you don't know how to build value. You don't know how to have a good diagnostic conversation. You don't know how to position yourself as an authority before you walk in. You don't know how to handle objections. You don't know how to overcome stalls and delays. You don't know how to challenge the prospect without being an asshole about it, right? So you got to get some swings at bat. You get zero momentum in the marketplace, because you're not closing, you're not selling. You can't confidently hire new techs or reinvest in your sales or business growth because you can't trust your sales pipeline. Now, if you knew you were going to bring on 1 new client every single month because your marketing systems did that for you, you could hire more techs, because you would say, hey, if we keep this up, by 6 months from now, we're going to need another engineer. We're going to need a new service manager. We're going to need a fill in the blank, right? So you can't confidently hire new techs or reinvest when you don't have a sales pipeline, and you end up becoming desperate. You take on clients and opportunities you should say no to. That sucks up even more resources and more time. All right. So not having the sales pipeline is not just a problem because you're not, growing revenue, but it just kind of keeps your entire business stagnant. Now, like I said before, we teach you marketing oil wells. A marketing oil well is a process-driven marketing campaign that you systematize and repeat to generate the same results with an acceptable range of variance. So you're not reinventing the wheel. It is not a creative process, right? It is, here is the letter, the email, the script, the LinkedIn post, the whatever it is that helps you, get the result, right? So turn to page 31, because I'm going to talk about the 4 big marketing oil wells that you need to get producing in your business. So we're on page 31. All right. Now I'm going to show them to you real quick, and I'm going to walk through them so you have an opportunity to write them down. Number 1, you got to have a marketing system for maximizing client value. That is increasing your MRR. That is doing QBR cross-sell campaigns. So, with QBRs, for example, here's a very, very sad statistic. Most MSPs do not do them consistently. I'd say like 80-90% of MSPs out there do not do them consistently. And even the ones who do them somewhat only are doing it for about 15% to 20% of their clients. So there is a shit ton of opportunity that they're leaving on the table because they don't have a system and process for scheduling them, preparing for them, conducting them, and therefore they lose revenue and opportunity, but they also don't develop that customer. Like I said earlier, it's not just about generating more sales. It's about being a leader to your customer. It's about providing value. The second system you need is some sort of weekly prospecting for new clients. You want a constant, steady effort to go out to the marketplace and generate inbound leads, knowing that not all of them are going to be qualified, knowing that they're not all going to be a good fit, knowing that they're not all going to be customers today. But what it does is it starts to build a pipeline of buyers. Marketing is not just about getting today's sales today. Marketing is about building a pipeline of buyers, about building marketplace awareness and brand. I hate that term, but it is true. You know, having a reputation, having a known name matters, but you can't get that unless you're doing prospecting on a consistent basis. The other system you need to build is what I call the inbound lead to close campaign. So that is list building. So when a lead comes in, are you capturing it? 90%, 95% of MSPs are completely and totally mishandling when a lead comes in. And I know because we secret shop you guys. 95%, you guys are screwing it up. You're not answering the phone. You're not replying. 8% of MSPs have wrong phone numbers or broken phone numbers on their website, and 14% have broken forms. So your website, you're not even handling. So we got to have a system for when a lead comes in. How is it captured? How does it get into our CRM? And yes, you need a CRM, and no, your PSA tool is not a CRM. It has CRM capabilities, but it is not a CRM. Okay. Just like a hammer is not a screw. You cannot they're two different tools. Okay. So you got to have, where does it go? How is it captured? How is it followed up? How is it qualified? If it buys, what happens? If it doesn't buy, if it doesn't book an appointment, what happens? How do you do drip marketing, which is the fourth thing, which is drip marketing to get a higher ROI and no lost opportunities. And these are the four big marketing oil wells systems that you need to create in your business and dial in. And I promise you, you get these four dialed in, you're going to start growing. You're going to get better clients, higher prices, more revenue, more fun. Everything good's going to happen, right? It's not easy to get these dialed in. It will take you time. It'll take you a couple of years to get this dialed in, but working towards these four things, they all support one another. And if it were me, I'd start with maximizing client value. That's number one. And then the weekly prospecting and the inbound lead to close, you got to kind of have those together, because if you start generating leads, but you're mishandling them, you're pouring money into a bucket with a big hole. Okay. Will, any comments on this or thoughts?
Nope. You knowing it.
Okay. Just make sure. I'm not really watching it, just so you know, I'm not really watching the chat.
Yeah, I'm looking, no chat right now, just some comments, but no questions. Yep.
Okay, so turn to page 32. Here is something you need to know. Real wealth in business is made by owning something, not by doing something. Like, this seems so stupidly simple, but if you're making your money because your money is dependent on you doing the technical work, or you going on the sales calls, or you doing the thing, you don't have real wealth. You have a job. Real wealth is made by owning a business, not by doing a job. I cannot state that. Now, again, yeah, you're probably doing the job now because you have to. I get it. We all do. And you work in your business as well as on your business. I do too. Right now, I am working in my business, right? But you have to build something that you own, all right? And what we really help you do is transform, okay? So this concept of the transformation is something I came up with several years ago, because I really got to thinking about, what are we really delivering to our clients? Is it really just better marketing and templates and better websites and stuff? Like, what are we really doing that's the real value? And I thought about it and I said, you know what we really do is we help the guys who are techs with helpers, who are struggling, broke, not growing. They got a tech business, tedious, exhausting, chaotic, and hard. And we help them become real entrepreneurs that are rewarding, easy, attractive, lucrative. That is really what my organization does. And the reality is there's no such thing as a natural born entrepreneur. All success, all of it, is founded in chosen beliefs and disciplined behaviors. That is it, period, full stop. All right. So if you are not producing the results you want in your business, you got to examine, what are the beliefs that I have that are driving my behaviors? So if I look back at this last week and I followed you around for a week, would I find you aggressively working on the business to grow it, to be more profitable, to get better people, the things that we talked about? Or would I see you just basically doing the work and wasting time on Reddit, Facebook, and all the other bullshit that you're doing, right? So you can't sit there and say, well, nobody's going to pay those prices. I can't get more customers. I can't find good people if you have done nothing to improve that. So I just had a client, I'm going to name him too, because Will knows it, Pedro, right? He's an awesome guy. Okay. So first of all, only reason I'm saying his name because we love Pedro.
Yes.
And he's a very good entrepreneur, right? But we're all guilty. We're all guilty of this. Okay. So Pedro comes to an event and he is just pissing and moaning about how he's having to pay his engineers more. And this guy who's not worth, $70,000 wants to make $80,000. And if I don't give it to him, he's going to leave because he has job offers, and he's pissing and moaning about it. Right. Okay. Okay, Pedro, I got it. I'm not denying those things aren't true. So Pedro, tell me, in the last month, what have you done to recruit some new people? And he looked at me just like Will is, like with the sound off, right? Which for Pedro is very, very rare.
That's very rare.
He always has an answer for something, right? Crickets. I said, Pedro, you cannot piss and moan about something in your life or in your business that you're doing nothing about. Oh, I'm so fat. Oh, I hate the way. Oh, I hate that. Oh, well, what are you doing about it? Oh, I'm broke. What are you doing about it? Oh, I hate all my customers. They're cheap bastards. Like, what are you doing about it? Don't sit there and piss and moan and tell me you can't when you're not even trying. It's bullshit. And I'm calling you on it. And I love you guys, but it's bullshit. Okay. Look at your behaviors. And we're going to turn to page 34 because I'm going to show you the difference between how the entrepreneurs think versus the text with helpers. And when I do this, this is something I threw together. It's an ugly slide, candidly. I look at this every time and I go, I need to update this. It's like clip art shit. Like, it's terrible. But every time I have this talk with people, they are like, this talk really made the difference. So hopefully it'll be for you too, right? So we're on page 34. So when you think about it, all of us have two kind of modes of operating as a small business owner, right? There's the entrepreneur in us who started the business, who has ambition, who wants to make more money, who wants to do big things, who wants to improve. And then we got the operations, and we have both in us. All right. Now, some people are way heavily weighted one side versus the other. And I'm going to tell you in advance that one is not better than the other, but if you are too far on either side, that's where you get into trouble. And for most, you're way too much on the operational side, which is why you don't grow. Okay. Because the entrepreneur is the gas pedal in the business. They want to go fast. They want to grow fast. They're always thinking of new things. They're innovating, right? The operations acts like the brake on a car. Slow down, brush fire. Wait, we can't add that many. We can't do that. We don't have the money. We don't have the time. We don't have the people. We're too small. We're too broke. We're too busy. We're too all these things, right? Break, break, break. Slow down, slow down, slow down. We're not ready. We got to wait. I hear that all the time. Someone comes to us, sits a consult with one of our advisors, and they've been in business for 20 years. They haven't grown. They have no marketing. They want to grow. We present them this program that is tried and true. And you know what they said? Well, I got to think about it. What do you mean? What are you thinking about? What do you like? That's the break. Oh, slow down. We don't want to go too fast. I don't think we're ready for it. You've been in business for 20 years. When are you going to be ready? You should have been ready day one. Okay.
I sure wish I had it day one.
Yeah, me too. The entrepreneur focuses on what does the marketplace want to buy, where the operation says, what can we deliver? So this goes into the compliance security. This is why a lot of MSPs are not selling compliance and security. It's not because there's no demand for it. There's tons of demand for it. They're just going, you know what? I don't know how to do it. Let's just stay in our lane. Let's just play comfortable. Let's just keep doing what we're doing. And we'll figure it out maybe somewhere down the road, where the entrepreneur's going, no, man, this is where we're going. We got to get these skills. We got to figure this out. Okay. We got to move on that. The entrepreneur frustrates the hell out of operations for that reason. And the operations frustrates the hell out of the entrepreneur. So if you've ever worked in a big company, you've seen this, because the sales department or the owners, they want to grow. They're pushing the limits of the operations team, right? Demanding more performance, more growth. And operations is like hanging on and frustrated. And that's a good, healthy tension. Now, again, you can't be too far entrepreneurial in the sense of you can't, a car with no brakes and all gas pedals is a very dangerous vehicle. So you do need a little bit of that tension. But if you're too far with your foot on the brake, saying, we can't do this, we can't innovate, we can't hire, we can't grow, we need to get our operations in place, we need to do all these things before we get a customer, all you're doing is putting your foot on the brake and you're not growing. All right. The entrepreneur mindset actually likes sales and marketing. They like talking to customers. They like figuring it out, where the operations says, no, you know what, they resent sales and marketing. They think it's like, if we're really good, you shouldn't have to market. That's the high horse. They said, if all we got to do is do a good job. If we do a good job, people will talk about us, we'll get customers. That is the most arrogant, stupid, egotistical response, because an MSP, yeah, you get referrals. Sure. That should come, but to really grow, you can't grow with just referrals. That's why these big MSPs are buying up companies and doing organic growth. Because if they just said, well, what we'll do is we'll take all our private equity money and we'll just put it into customer service. And if we do that, we're going to be the #1 MSP in the country. That is never going to happen. They know it. And these are smart people. They're not dummies, right? Because you got to have sales and marketing. Entrepreneurs like to go fast. Operations likes to go slow. That's why we see technicians who come to us, been in business 10, 20, 30 years, and they've never cracked the $1 million mark. It's not because they're stupid. They're not lazy or stupid. It's because they're so mired in the operation mindset. Entrepreneurs innovate. What do we got to do? What do we got to change? How do we raise our prices? What do we got to build? The operations focuses on what everyone else will do. The entrepreneur finds reasons why this will work, and the operations always saying, this is why it can't work, why we can't do it, why it won't work here, why my business is different, why my clients are different, why my situation's different. You don't understand. That's all operations. Okay. Now, again, operations aren't bad. You need a little bit of reasonable break for a company to be balanced. But so many of you are sitting so far on that operation side, you never grow. So how do you define yourself? Will, you want to say anything about that?
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing I had a challenge with is, and like I shared with you guys earlier, the tech side of me said no one can do it better than me. And I wasn't spending the time being a leader, being a business owner. And I think pivoting that mindset over to being that business owner and that leader helped me grow the company. It was not my tech smart. I'm very good at tech, but that was not what grew the company for me. Exactly right.
So, and that's why, like in MSP launch, that's why when we created this program, we realized we were giving people marketing and it wasn't working. And the reason is one, they weren't functionally prepared to execute or handle new opportunities. So one of the things that we do in MSP launch is we get you to be functionally prepared to be able to take on clients. Like the first 20 weeks, we're working on your service delivery. We're working on your contracts, your legal, your insurance, your service stack, your vendors, your tech, your pricing, all the things. Because we want to make sure you're functionally prepared to take on new clients. You know, the other thing I see with small business, you can't just give them marketing, because you really need a business development plan, not random acts of marketing. So guys, I'm telling you right now, like, you can go do marketing, you could go hire an SEO guy, or you could find somebody who'll do your Facebook for you, but you're just putting a Band-Aid on a much bigger, on a broken leg. You know, you got to really have a cohesive business development plan. And the other thing is what we're just talking about. A lot of you are emotionally unprepared to deal with prosperity and growth. And so being around people like Will or Jeff Farr or Mike Bazaar or any of the coaches we have helps you get emotionally prepared to have the confidence to move ahead, right? So MSP launch, that's what this is, right? We've been talking about it. Again, this program is not just marketing, although that's a big part of it. It's all these things, but it's coaching you get from really successful MSPs. So you're like, Will's running an MSP. I mean, Will, how often do you jump on calls with our members who have a big opportunity and they don't know how to price it or package it? Or I mean, you've even done sales calls with people, correct?
Oh yeah, I've done sales calls with people, help them, you know, push it over the edge to close the deal. But I have to talk people down a lot of, I got a big deal. It's, you know, it's going to be about $13,000 to $16,000 a month. And I don't know if that's a lot of money I'm not going to buy. And guys, I was there at one point. I even though I was going very good, my largest deal came in, and I even called Robin. I always call up, right? And I called Robin and I said, Robin, you know, I got this deal. It's huge, but I just don't feel like I can charge that much. And she's like, don't discount. And part of the negotiation, I did discount for the first 6 months for a small percentage, but then it went up to normal price. But I didn't discount, so I didn't go in, but I was scared. And but you know, when that big deal comes, you're going to want a discount. Call me.
You're going to want to talk to someone like Will.
Yeah.
Or, what I'm saying, guys, is like, in this, Will, like, we all have this, like, look, Will has me to call, and I have people I call him Cobain. I can pick up the phone if I need to. I very rarely have ever done this, and call Robert Herjavec. I can call people that I know, like my friend Joe Polish, or somebody that I know, or Chris Voss. Like, I can call, I have their stuff. I will call them and say, look, I got a big deal, Chris. Like, Chris helped me negotiate a big deal a couple of years back, you know, and have that lifeline. To have somebody you can call should not be overlooked. All right. And that's what we're giving you in this program. So, you know, this program is for you. If you're sub $1 million in revenue, right? Startup even, you have honest ambition to grow. You want to be a real business owner, an entrepreneur, not a tech with helpers. You're done with pot shot attempts at growth. You're willing to put the work in and finish the marathon, not just see how it's going to go. Again, I am not promising you a no work program. All right. I'm going to put you to work, because that's the only way you get growth. Anybody who's trying to sell you this get rich quick, easy plan, they're full of crap. Growing an MSP is not get rich quick. It's not, we can make it easier for sure, but you're going to have to do the work. That's no matter what. You don't grow with no work. Don't fall for the 4-hour work week, guys. You're smarter than that. I want a 4-hour work week, you know?
No, you don't.
Yeah, kind of do. If I can figure out how to keep the same amount of money with 4 hours, damn Skippy, you know, I haven't figured it out. All right. It doesn't matter. So yeah, if I want to reduce my income, I could, sure. I could work 4 hours. Sure. Yeah. But I like I always say, I'm not needy, but I'm wanty. I keep buying more stuff. Right. So, you know, I need a bigger beach house now. So you know, and you got to be smarter than trial and error. Okay. Yeah. You can figure out stuff trial and error, but it's going to take you forever and you get beat up. All right. So brief summary, it's a program to help you build the perfect turnkey operation to profitably scale. We do a lot of the marketing for you and with you. Although it is more than marketing, We're helping you master business growth and pricing and operate. I mean, hopefully you've just seen a sample. I mean, we're just touching on the high level of stuff here. We give you a complete website. We give you a marketing automation system with the campaigns done for you. You get coached by successful MSPs that are working in their business today, real time. And I'm going to make you a really good offer. Okay. So let me give you a high level overview of what you get when you enroll. Okay. So the first phase, and it's kind of phase 1 and phase 2 overlap a little bit. Well, they all kind of do. All right. But there's 3 kind of phases to this. But we take you through 20 weeks of live coaching and done for you services. And we're laying the foundation. So things like, really, I get into the weeds about marketing, managed services, IT services, and that I'm telling you, nobody out there is talking about. And if they are, and they're saying the same things I am, they're knocking me off, because I have been at this for 22 years or so. And look, I don't know a lot about a lot of things, but this I know. I am world-class best at MSP marketing. I know the psychology of the sale. I know the tactics of the sale. Guys, I run at my own company. I understand this, and I'm going to give you the real deal of how to grow your company. Clarity on who your target market is, how to get high value clients, who are high value clients. We do a done for you SEO plan website with unlimited changes. So your website is included. The marketing automation platform set up, done for you social media profile optimization. So we make sure your profiles look good. A blueprint for packaging and pricing your services. Will does this. He does a fantastic job at this. Everybody wants to see Will's package. I know that sounds awful, but that's the way it is around here. Don't even say anything, Will. Just
I'm not. Nothing.
Okay, don't say nothing.
Nothing.
We have experts and residents on contracts. We're not a legal organization. We do not provide legal advice, but we can help you find somebody with that and teach you the basics of it. How to get insurance, financials and KPIs and deep dives in that. We show you how to, we do a session on a tech stack. And we've got negotiated discounts with various vendors that we can provide for you, and much, much more. And like right away, like one of the instant bonuses we give you is we have one of our members who was a smaller MSP up in New York selling to attorneys, figured out how to get 40% net profit. Insane. And his name's Michael Glasser. He's since sold his company. He's given us everything. His contracts, how he did it. I'm telling you, this is where you guys would start, right? So this right away, we're giving you something of tremendous value. All right. Then we're going to work on your website. We're going to give you a high converting responsive design. We have over 50 landing pages and promotions. We do Google Analytics to set up. We can show you how to set up CallRail, which is something we recommend that you enroll in and buy, but Google Analytics for sure. We create lead generation offers that will flow into your MAP platform, and you get unlimited changes. So right there, think of the value you're getting with a done for you website, landing pages, Google Analytics, SEO plan is done for you, set up. We optimize all your social media pages and profiles, because some of you need a lot of work in that area, okay? But they need to be updated and set up right. We do that for you. We give you over 10 different social media templates that are new every single month. So once we optimize the profile, we give you these templates and posts that you can, customize and tweak and use on your own. Then we give you the marketing automation platform, okay? And that is, again, completely set up, done for you. We set up your campaigns, we set up the users, and this is really, because most software, they turn it over to you and say, here you go, good luck and hang in there. That's the training, right? We literally have onboarding specialists that help you import your data and tag your list to prepare it for marketing and set up all the web forms on your website. We do that for you. We do the tracking for you. We set up your drip marketing campaigns for you. Now you're going to have to tweak it a little bit, right? Because we don't know what phone number you might want to include on the emails. We don't know what, who you want to come in. So yeah, you're involved, but you're not just kind of figuring it out. You have an onboarding specialist that's going to work with you. We help you set up your QBR, TBR with technology business review campaigns and get them rolling and trigger those campaigns, and list cleaning and setting up an inbound lead to follow up the hot lead system coming in. And you get support from our team. And the key is we also have our own help desk. So we use Keep, which was Infusionsoft. And then we also bundle in some other software. But when you call for support, we don't kick you over to Keep. We actually have our own support team to make sure that they are handling the campaigns the way we want them handled. Okay. Now, either at the end of that or during that, we have, in that 20-week process, we have a 2-day deep dive where you come in and you work with me and our senior client coaches. So it's like Will and Jeff Farr, and like Brian Hamilton or Mary Hamilton will come in, and we work with you on your marketing plan, because at that point we feel like we've got the good foundation. We got your website, your social media, the marketing automation platform, pricing done properly, and then we can work on your marketing and business plan. So we're going over how do you create that mission and vision and purpose. So you're designing your business by design, not default. We give you a 12-month marketing plan. All the campaigns are set up. I say set up, they're mapped out for you. You have the templates you need. You have the marketing automation platform to manage them all in. We organize, we show you how to organize your service department, SOPs, documentation, process, tech stack, how to fire yourself as a tech and build a business that you own, not a job. And there's tons of interaction in Q&A. That's probably the biggest value, just sitting in that room with people like Jeff Farr and Will or Mike, and anything that you're struggling with, we'll have an answer. So again, you got Will Nobles, $12 million year MSP. He's going to coach you on the technology stack, vendors, cybersecurity, compliance offering. Will really is our expert in residence. Him and his cohort who works from John DePero are the experts in compliance and cybersecurity. A lot of our members either lean on him for advice on those areas, or they actually partner up with him through Visibility, which is another company he owns, to kind of help MSPs with that. And he's our best coach on the packaging and pricing. And then you've got Mike Bazar, small town, but just doing phenomenal work. Again, Producers Club member, been in Producers Club for several years, was Better Your Best finalist to my top of top clients, trending 4.5 million. And he's going to coach you on marketing, implementation, growth, pricing. Jeff Farr, who's our MSP turnaround expert. I mean, yeah, he's worked for the bigger MSPs, but that's who you want to learn from, right? He could tell you where you should, if you want to get to be where the larger MSPs are tomorrow, you got to start acting like them today. Like if I want to lose weight and be ready for the beach in July, I can't wait till July. I better get after it right now. I need to be eating and exercising and doing the things like I want to be where I want to be in July. You got to get ahead of it. So he's going to help you with that. He's our expert in residence in running your business by the numbers and building real equity in your business and value, not just income, but future income, future bank, and equity, right? Now, the other thing we give you, phase 3, after you've gone through the workshop and you got the foundation, you get a toolkit membership. And the toolkit membership has a library of marketing templates, campaigns, everything you can think about, from trade shows to canvassing, social media. All of the campaigns and how-to information is in there. And we're always providing new templates, new resources, new training, new ways of doing things. You get access to boot camp, which is our big annual event. We get about, the last one we had roughly about 1,300, just a little under 1,300 people register. We have a virtual access to it. Every year that grows, you get 2 VIP tickets to join us in Nashville. That is our big annual event. And I'm telling you, that event rocks. I heard like people tell us that's where it all comes together, where they transform their business, where they learn. We also do a road show, and this year we're talking about how to build your sales function, so you can get more high value clients without you having to do all the sales, right? Who do you hire first? Who do you hire second? What do you pay them? What does that look like? When do you do it? How do you actually perform the sales strategy overall so that you show up as an authority expert and closing becomes natural and easy, not this weird, awkward, twisting their arm, get the check out of them kind of close, but it's very natural, very normal, because you're positioned properly and you're doing it the right way. All right. So this program, no experience necessary. It is built for the MSP that's small. Look, if you can cut and paste and you have a few hours a week, you can get this done. You don't need thousands of dollars. And look, I've been doing this for 20 years, and it's based on in the trenches testing, folks, and it works. Okay, so quick summary.
Robin, I wanted to go back to that one slide there.
Okay.
A question that was asked: is this program suitable for a brand new MSP to get started with no revenue as of yet?
Yeah, I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, you're getting your website, you're getting your CRM, you're getting like your package, the price, the vendors. I mean, yeah. Now we're not starting the marketing for a little bit, and you can implement what you can implement based on your where you are. It's not like you go through once and if you don't catch it, you're done. I mean, everything is recorded. Everything is up there on demand 24/7, 365. So absolutely. I mean, holy crap. I wish somebody had built this for me when I started my business. I would have.
I was thinking the same thing. I would be a $30 million company now if I had this at the beginning.
Well, you can't tell it from because I cover, I'm like, does she or doesn't she? She does. After 20 years of running this damn business, I got some gray hair under there. And
I was saying, Robin, I was thinking the same thing. The picture
Yeah.
that you had of me, I'm like, I got a lot more gray than
Yeah.
I did in that picture.
Like, why in the hell would you want to figure it out on your own? Right? Like, jump in. Absolutely. 100%. Right? So just to summarize, you got the 20-week live coaching ramping up, marketing automation platform. You got the 2-day business development workshop. You get the toolkit, the online tools, training, campaigns, and support, the done for you website, the done for you SEO plan, and monthly blog posts, optimization of your SEO profiles, like your website and your Google business profile, 2 VIP tickets to boot camp, the fall roadshow, and all that's recorded by. So even if you can't even make it, you get the recording, right? SOPs, pricing models, your chart of accounts, financials, vendor discounts. I mean, on and on and on. If you were to go to any marketing agency or business consultant and ask them to build all of this for you and do all this for you, I guarantee it'd be more than $65,000. Easy. Shop me, please. We don't charge that. So Launch Academy, typically for the first month, we charge $23.94. That's because we're setting up your software, we're setting up your profiles, we're setting up your website. There's a lot of staff. It's just like when you onboard a new customer yourselves, there's a lot of things that we're buying, tools and support that we put in. And then we go to $11.97. But what I'm going to do is drop it down to the first month so you actually save $11.97. All right. Now, I love this quote from Oscar Wilde. You guys know it too. A cynic is a man who knows the price of everything but the value of nothing. So again, if we just got you 2 more appointments with new prospects, we don't even raise your prices. We don't even show you how to be more profitable. We don't show you any of those things, right? Let's say you only close 25% because you suck and you haven't even figured out that we'll give you the sales blueprint. By the way, there's a whole sales blueprint, a process. We have the most detailed sales playbook for how to close and manage service sales than anything else on the planet. I guarantee that. It is detailed with how do you ask the questions, the order, the sequence, everything is in there, right? But let's say you're slow and you can't learn it too well and you only close 25%, right? Your average client's only worth $1,000 a month, which is really low. We want to get it up higher, right? And you get 12 clients, right? That's $144,000 in new monthly recurring revenue in your bank account. Think about that. All right. So again, you got to look at the value, not just what the price. Okay. And the thing I'm going to do though, because, we want to get you enrolled, you're on here for this long. we are going to give you the first month for only $100. So that saves you over $2,000. So $2,294. So first month is $100. We start everything for you. And then next month will be $11.97. Okay. It is a 24 month program. And we do that because we have to work with you for that long to get everything that we need to implement it. It's going to take some time. All right. But you get every month you're getting access to your coaches, you're getting access to the webinars, you're getting access to new tools and templates, you're getting access to boot camp, to roadshow, to all these opportunities to continue to build your business. All right. So just as a quick recap, if you're ready to enroll, the special URL we have for the $100, which goes away Friday. If you don't enroll by Friday, you're done. MSPLaunchAcademy.com/now. Go to that page, which will disappear 5 o'clock on Friday, because we'll all be drinking, I guess, at that point, right? I mean, like real drinking, not tea and water and stuff like that, right? And you get the first month for $100. If you want to talk to someone first, maybe you're not sure, maybe you want to talk to one of my advisors, okay? Go to MSP Launch Academy and you can choose the book a consult or schedule a consult option. You'll see it in the menu. And if you decide it's right, it's $100 for the first month, and we'll start your website and the done for you services immediately, even though it's only, we're only getting $100 down. And if you decide it's not a right fit, we part as friends, okay? No problem. But I want to incentivize you, because if not now, when are you going to finally have the time, the money, the extra money? There's no time fairy that's going to show up and grant you extra hours in a day or more money. You've got to get after it now. There's no time like the present. All right. All progress, unfortunately, in a lot of smaller MSPs is forced. Someone said to me the other day, Robin, your company, you look different. You're not the same person you were like a year ago. And he said it kind of I think in a way to insult me. I don't know. It was kind of an email, so I couldn't tell the tone. And I'm like, you're damn right I'm different, because if you're the same person today that you were a year ago, you're not growing. You're not changing. I have got to be different. I got to be better. I got an entire team. I've got a community of people, clients depending on me. You damn Skippy, I better be better today than I was a year ago. My organization's got to look different than it was a year ago in a positive way. We have to learn more. We got to do more. We got to tighten every screw. We got to innovate. We've got to expand, right? So, but if you don't get after it, if you just keep kicking that can down the road, you're never going to get after it. And if not this, what's your plan? What is your plan to grow? We'll try it out. We'll just kind of go out there and get beat up and see what works and what doesn't. Trial and error. That's your plan. I don't know. That doesn't seem like a very good plan to me. And I love this quote from Jim Rohn. If you have to get good at one of these two things, planning in the spring or begging in the fall. And it's as simple as that. So what I would encourage all of you to do is go to msplaunchacademy.com/now, get enrolled. Okay. Get after it. I love Jesse Itzler. Jesse came and spoke at our event. You might not know who Jesse Itzler is. He's married to Sarah Blakely, who is the CEO of Spanx, who just sold it for uber $1 billion. I don't know what it was over. Well, what did she sell Spanx for? It's like $1 billion plus or something. Well, anyway, Google it. But Jesse's married to Sarah Blakely, and he was the founder of Marquis Jets. He was one of the co-founders of Zico coconut water, and sold it to Coca-Cola. He was a rapper on MTV back in the day. He actually managed Run DMC. He was their manager. So we had Jesse come in and talk to our audience and or Producers Club. And he said something that's really, really true. He said, the biggest regret you'll have is being the 80% version of yourself. If you want to make changes, if you want things that are broken, if you have things that are broken and you want to fix it, you better do that shit now. Meaning, like, we're on a bus ride, right? And the bus starts here, and the bus is our life, and we get traveling on this bus. And someday, man, that bus is going to come to an end. We don't know when, we don't know how long the ride's going to be, but here's the thing I do know. The bus never stops rolling. The bus doesn't take timeouts or pauses. The bus doesn't go in reverse. We have our life and what's ahead of us, and that's it. And if you want to get after it, you better get after it right now, because we don't know how long our bus ride is, right? So if you want to grow your business, you better do it now and get after it. So again, here's the URL. Go do that right now. And then I haven't even looked at the questions. So guys, if you have questions, you can post them. I'll hang around. I'll do Q&A. We got a lot of them. I'm like looking at, quite a few, like the chat's blowing up. Oh, and there's Mike. Mike can answer questions too. Hey, Mike.
I've been lurking.
Okay.
But guys, bottom line, and Mike probably say the same thing. If I had this when I started my company, or if I was 200,000, 300,000, 400,000, 500,000, it'd have made a world of difference to me. I know that just the value that you get out of just a 2-day workshop, part of this membership, is well worth, and you would pay a lot more other places to get Robin, myself, Mike, Jeff are all in a room teaching you how to grow the MSP. But you got to want it. You got to want it. If you want to stay where you're at, that's fine. But this is a program that definitely will take you to the next level.
Yeah, and I think too, just to add to that, like if you go back when I was doing Better Your Best and prepping for that, I watched all these different speeches, right, of all the people that done all these years before, and there's a theme that runs through all of them, and a lot of them, and it's because these parts of it didn't exist yet, right? Accelerators Club, MSP launch, all that. And the theme of a lot of it was like, we bought the toolkit or we did this thing, and it wasn't until they either got sick and tired or they were sick and tired and that's why they bought it. But all of the results came with execution. And the beauty of the launch program is it pushes you through a lot of that, right? There's the agenda that's laid out. It's do this, then have this done for next week. And when you start doing those kinds of things and you have somebody pushing you along, giving you homework, you will do more than you will on your own, because the other side of that is, as business owners, nobody in your business is going to probably come to you and say, you need to hold yourself accountable to this. They just won't. It doesn't happen often. So having a group where you can go, people you can talk to, community to get involved in, because that's the other really great thing about this, is being a business owner can be lonely. You can't go talk to other people in your company about that one employee that's driving you nuts or whatever, but you can go to other business owners in a community like this and say, hey, I need some help. So there's a lot of really great non-tangible benefits that come from it, but a lot of the, I think, results come from the fact that this is designed to push you down the road and help you move through the parts and the pieces, rather than just saying, here's a stack of paper, have fun, go.
Yeah. And let me address something, because there's a question that came up and says, can we cancel at any time? So there's a couple parts of this that I want to dig into. So for years, I've been, like I said, I started in 2001. And for years, when we started, we offered a money back guarantee. We did that. That was like our religion, right? And about 2 years ago, it was a little over 2 years ago, right? I got to a point in my business. What actually happened is I hit my personal enough is enough number. And when you get to a point in your life where, not that I don't want to make more money, I do, right? Because like I said, I'm wanty, I'm not needy. But when you get to a point in your life where I don't need your money, something kind of switched in my brain. I was like, you know what? I'm not tolerating people who are, I want to give it a try, or we'll see if it works, right? Because for years we did a money back guarantee. And for 20 years, we had an 11% refund rate, and almost all of the refunds, 98% of the refunds, all came in right around Thanksgiving, Christmas. I'm not even joking, right? It's because they're going, I need some money for Christmas presents, so I'm going to refund this shit. And like, did they do anything with it? No, they didn't. They didn't even, they want a refund, and like they're in launch. They don't even know who Will Nobles is, right? Like they didn't even log in, right? And I said, you know what? I don't need these kind of people, because they're not serious. They're not, if you're not serious, then don't sign up. So I changed it. We did away with it. And we stopped doing this money back guarantee. And you know what? Our close rate dipped. You want to know by how much? 11%. So all I did was get rid of the people who aren't serious, because I've done this for 20 years. My reputation is solid. We get results. If you will do the program will work. There's nothing that doesn't work about it. And people who say, oh, well, you know, Robin's marketing doesn't work. What part of how we teach you to get 20% EBITDA doesn't work? What part of how we show you how to sell managed services by doing QBRs the right way, what about that doesn't work? What part of having a clear, defined target market, building a list, doing lead generation to build your list, what part of that is wrong or doesn't work? What part of having a value proposition doesn't work? Like, it doesn't even make sense. They're not doing anything. So no, we do not, you cannot cancel at any time. Now, if we don't deliver, yeah, you deserve your money back. If I don't do your website, if I don't give you map, if I don't do the things, 100%, there's nothing that can, you know, there's no contract. There's nothing that's going to keep somebody if we're not delivering. But let me tell you something, darling, we freaking deliver again and again and again and again. And I want to show you something. All right. Because I had this come up. So this guy, Ryan Rolfsmeyer. Okay. Ryan was on a webinar or something like this. He asked the same question. And Ryan said, I gave him the same answer. I said, no, because I don't want quitters. And if you're not convinced about me, God bless, that's fine. You know, maybe I didn't do a good job. Maybe I'm not your cup of tea. Maybe I didn't explain my value. I'll own it. But if you're not convinced that we're right for you, then you know, don't enroll. And he said that kind of, for whatever reason, fired him up and he enrolled, right? And Ryan said he burned, and here's why he was concerned, because he had burned through $60,000 in bad marketing. So you know, you can see here, you know, my previous ties with marketing were not productive. My MBA taught me nothing about real world marketing, which is why I invested $60,000 in a marketing at a previous company, not ours, that delivered zilch. During that in-person rapid, I kicked off the technology business reviews, blah, blah, blah. You can see, you know, yeah, so this new knowledge led to a network replacement project. For there, we've had 180,000 project revenue and 2,000 MRR, and he is a small MSP, very small, right? So I understand that you've been burned and you've been disappointed. But the other thing you have to understand is I've been burned and disappointed too, because I give my full everything to a new member. We give them all the resources. We do all the work. My team is at the ready. We follow up. We set up the campaigns. We set up the CRM. We do the web. And then if you don't do your part, it quote unquote doesn't work. That's not fair to me either. All right. So yeah, this is a 2-year program. You can upgrade if you want. You know, we do have some members who come in and they say, you know, I want to upgrade because there's accelerators is the next level, and then producers clubs. You can do that. But yeah, it is a 2-year program. It is a 2-year membership. And the other thing you should know, I thought for sure, I was like, money back guarantees, probably going to, you know, we're not going to get as many members. We added 178 members in Q1. We have just added on another 50 members in the last 2 weeks. So people we have a great reputation. And it's a marketing lesson too, guys, you know, because for you guys, I understand, you know, you don't have the confidence in the tenure maybe that I have. But eventually you're going to get to that point where you're going to be able to make demands on prospects to say, look, these are our terms and this is our price. And if you don't want to do business with us, we respectfully decline, because we got prospects lined up ready to enroll. So I hope that doesn't come across arrogant. I don't mean it to be arrogant. I suppose it could appear to be that way. I love all my members. I appreciate the trust and confidence. But yes, this is a 2-year program because we want people who are serious about enrolling. Okay. I think I answered that. So, Will, do we have any other questions, or Mike?
There's one, when you say campaigns, is it Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, or is it email marketing, etc.?
All of it. Yes. We do. I mean, Yeah, Mike, you want in?
I was gonna say, so what it is, like, I don't know, call it, tribal knowledge or whatever it is, but generally in the TMT world, a campaign is the active marketing you're doing, right? So it might be a direct mail letter with emails, with Facebook and social media posts, blog posts, other things, and that's all a campaign. So when the campaigns get released, there's something, Robin's work with Producers Club members usually, or somebody that's run it, got reasonable results, they tweaked it, they beta test it, and then it gets rolled out to everybody. And so those campaigns are a mixture of multimedia type campaigns and the guidelines and the whatnot to do it. It's still, you get to go execute it, but here's all of the things you need to go do it.
Okay. Now I saw another question. So there may be some of you out there who are already a client of ours. If you're a toolkit member, you can upgrade. And so if that's you, you can still go, you might want to reach out to my team because you won't be paying for a toolkit membership and this, right? So we will just upgrade you. So, schedule a consultation or send us an email, to robinrobbins@technologymarketingtoolkit.com or themarketingteam.com. And we will help you or ask at, you guys know the emails for support. So, if you're a toolkit member, you can absolutely sign up for this as well and upgrade, and you won't be like double billed. And it's not like you gotta, like, if you're in that membership, this will be your new membership. Okay, so you can definitely upgrade. Okay, let's see. I saw another question about and guys, if you could put it in the Q&A because I'm looking at the chat, right? Is one of it was like, I thought I saw something like, do we have to use Keep?
Yeah, there was a question.
Yeah, go ahead. Well, sorry.
I was just gonna say the question was, do you have to use Keep as your CRM?
No, but that's bundled into this. If you have a different CRM, I mean, you can use a different CRM, but I would suggest you get on a consultation. Maybe you want to book a call. I have Rob, Alexis, I have my people are all standing by who can talk you through that and see kind of where you are. But the value of using Keep is because all of our campaigns are set up for you and we help you to actually get that thing implemented. So that way you're not having to do it on your own, right? But we don't do that for every CRM. We do it for Keep because we can control it from the standpoint of, because we're a reseller for Keep, we're the largest reseller in the world for Keep software. We actually have back admin rights, so we can go into your account and fix things and fix campaigns and set up your users for you. Obviously, now we don't like it's your app. And it's your data. We don't own that 100%, which is another thing, by the way, you got to be careful because there are some scumbags out there in the MSP industry that sell you a CRM, but then if you cancel, you can't keep the app and you can't keep your data, which is bullshit, right? Now, obviously, if you're not paying us, we're not going to keep paying for your licenses and stuff like that and giving you support and whatnot, but your data is safe. So yeah, I would suggest you use that because that's what our campaigns, that's what our support team knows. We have onboarding specialists. We're going to help you get it set up. All the campaigns, like when we release a new campaign, like a referral marketing campaign or a QBR campaign, we will create a Keep campaign and we give it to you. So you're always getting these new campaigns that you can download into your app and use. So I don't know why you would use something different.
Yeah, and Robin, just to add on to that, using the Keep, it's not just about the software, but it's about the back-end team that integrates with the concept of what we're doing, as well as having those campaigns already built for you. Because really, I was talking to Danny, which is our vice president of MAP, and he said 60 to 80 hours to build out a single campaign the right way. And so you don't want to spend that time doing that, guys. Yes, there are other CRMs out there, hundreds of CRMs, but the fact that it's already done for you, you just got to change your logo, phone number, and boom, go with it. Again, this goes back to tools, right? Don't overthink the tool. It's the process that's there laid out there for you.
Yeah. And he actually, okay, we got another issue because I'm being told that all the consultations are booked out beyond Friday, so he can't even get on a console to talk to someone. So note to team, guys, get out. I mean, like, we're going to have an issue. So what we'll do is, we'll follow up if we're really booked up with these consultations, which I understand because we got a lot of people on. We'll as long as you book now and you're on this webinar, we'll know, but don't let, and I'll allow the offer to be kept for you if we can't talk to you until after Friday, but we're going to be real strict about this, guys. It's going to be the rare occasion. I'll get my team to follow up with you, like Toot Sweet. It's like the name of the person. And he's saying he had a bad experience with Keep. So I don't know, like you were probably just went to their site, bought it, and we're dealing with their support. That's why we have our own help desk with Keep. You don't go to them, you come to us. Funny story though, Keep, Clayton Mask is the CEO, and years ago when Infusionsoft was first kicking off, I signed up, had a bad experience, and man, I hated those guys. And but they have gotten like infinitely better. They basically, what happened is they got a big round of funding like 10 years ago or whatever it was. And they plowed that all into development. And so it's way better. And we have a good relationship with them. So we went back to them, and Clayton was like in an executive meeting, right? Which is kind of funny. And the executives were talking about this new reseller of Keep that was just like blowing it up and just selling all these licenses. They couldn't get over, and they're so productive. And Clayton says, oh, well, what's their name? And they're like, Robin Robbins. And Clayton said he about fell out of the chair because I was one who was like so pissed off because it was I was one of the early on. And so, but we have a great relationship now. So I understand if you've had a bad experience, it's probably because you didn't have somebody like our Sherpas helping you out, right? Yeah. Okay.
Danielle asks that if they're seeing it's booked up, email AskAt as well, and they'll see if they can't get them connected with Michael or something.
We'll figure it out. Okay.
The other quick thing,
yeah.
Other real quick thing I was going to mention, because it was in the chat and the Q&A, somebody was asking about like display ads and other things. And while there's not any specific display ads, they're asking also about SEO. There's Prospect Hopper, which is part of this, and not to get anybody really confused, but basically it's blog posts. It's got some ad graphics and other things you can use, and it's pieces of the campaign that you can go execute with to make sure those pieces and parts are there. So yeah. I just said there are some of those things and pieces and parts, but it's still at the end of the day, you executing and rolling these things out. It's a lot of tools that get handed and given to you. Yeah. So you can see here on the website, we do 2 blog articles for your website every month. And you can choose from it. If if you don't like the ones provided, we have an article library. We give you the email campaigns to send your list to drive them to the blog posts. We give 10 social media posts to drive traffic and engagement. And, we'll give it to you in a way where you can very easily, you don't have to hire a graphic designer. You can very easily customize them for yourself. Facebook, LinkedIn ads, and a monthly postcard. So every month you're getting that new. That's all part of the opportunity, right? Or the membership. Okay. All right. Good night. There's a ton of questions. All right. So let's see what else. I think I don't know. There's like a ton of questions and my team's just kind of answering them. Anything else that we need to cover, guys? Because I've got a hard stop here in a little bit. So we good? Any other questions? I think we got most of them, guys. If you need, if you just want to email us and you've got questions and so forth, you can also email like Robin Robbins at themarketingteam.com. That'll go into my advisor pool, and they will respond back, or AskAt if you're a customer, AskAt themarketingteam.com, and and they can help you as well. So we'll get you sorted out. Like if you want to enroll and you want to go for it, guys, go for it. I love decisiveness. I love people who say, yep, you know what, I'm going to do this. I'm tired of being small. I'm tired of being broke. I'm tired of struggling. I'm tired of being frustrated. I'm going to do this. Just go to msplaunchacademy.com
and the URL is /now. And you can get in. This will close on Friday, so you got to get in before Friday. Again, I know if we have to clean up a couple after the fact, we'll do that, but I'm going to be very, very strict. Do not get angry with me if you come back a week later and you want the deal. I'm not saying now or never, but it is now or retail, because if I go back on my word the very first time we do business together, you're never going to trust me again. And so my salespeople come, oh, come on, Rob. I'm like, no, because if we do this, we're setting a tone that we lie and we don't keep our word. So I'm going to be very, very strict about this. Maybe if there's like some very odd, like can't book a console, I'm worried because I have to, after I get off here, I'm going to, blow up my team going, what's going on, guys? Apparently we have all these consultation spots booked. So we'll open up more, we'll do whatever it takes. But don't wait on this, okay? Don't wait on this. Get enrolled, get with us, do it now. You will not regret it. We're in a great time to be an MSP. Opportunities are out there, but it's also a time where, we have some strong headwinds. You guys got serious competition coming from these big super MSPs. We still have high inflation. We could be facing a serious recession. I think we're already they actually kind of changed the definition of what a recession is, so I don't know, guys. I wouldn't be dragging my feet. So, all right, we are going to have to wrap up. Mike Bazaar is a very important guy. Look at him. He's already checking his phone. He's like, what are we having for dinner, honey? You know what I mean? He's got important things going on. He can't be hanging around with us, so. All right. Very cool. And we do have international. I saw someone say we're a Spanish MSP. Love it. All right. Man, that makes me want to have paella. I think about it. I should have had that. I should have done that for.
I was going to attempt Spanish, but then you laugh at me more, Robin. So
yeah, it's like I always kid everybody. It's Texan Spanish, right? It's we draw everything out, and it sounds really terrible. And
yeah. Okay. All right. Anyway, guys, get enrolled. We appreciate you. Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Will. Thanks, my team, everybody for being here. And with that said, we got to wrap up. All right. So thanks, everybody. Peace out.